Talking Auburn football, and in the Deep South, college football is king, and on the plains of Auburn, the battle cry is War Eagle. K-Stu the GOAT once again for Vernon Speaks Sports Auburn. Go ahead and like this video, comment, and subscribe to Vernon Speaks Sports Auburn as we're talking Auburn football nonstop here at the very beginning of June, and the Advocare Classic is a couple of months away. Had the question, hey, who is going to be the running back by committee for the Auburn Tigers coming into the 2019 season? And if I were going to make a prediction for game one, I think it would go a little something like this. I think you'd be looking at Boobie Whitlow, Cam Martin, Shaun Shivers, and DJ Williams. Now, of course, Mark Anthony Richards has not arrived on campus yet. See a lot of talent, a lot of skill set. Some of the guys in the comment section think that, you know, Mark Anthony Richards runs too high, quote unquote high. Basically what that means is he runs with leaving his rib cage area very vulnerable, which could lead to injuries, especially in the SEC. But how this thing will ultimately play out, we just never know. Now, Auburn had a situation on last season where just did not produce a 1,000-yard rusher for a lot of reasons. Boobie Whitlow got hurt. It appeared that Cam Martin was hurt. Just did not have the elite talent as far as depth in the backfield as you would like, especially with, you know, Shaun Shivers just coming along as a freshman. Asa Martin, I think being somewhat misutilized, but hey, it is what it is. But coming into the 2019 season, man, I was watching the LSU game today, getting prepared for an interview with Mark Rogers TV, and I saw a lot of great things out of Boobie Whitlow. Boobie Whitlow coming out of Lafayette, Alabama, 2A football in Alabama. You just did not expect him to be an elite recruit, especially for a Power 5 team. Last minute got recruited by Chip Lindsey. And man, the rest is history. Boobie Whitlow definitely showed that he can bang with the best of them in the SEC. Now, over this particular offseason, whether he can combat injuries, whether Carnell Williams can help shore up some of his skills, is yet to be seen. But as far as I could see on video footage, Boobie Whitlow is your guy to lead the charge to begin the season. I really think a run-pass option with he and Joey Gatewood can be absolutely phenomenal. And then changing the pace a little bit with Cam Martin and Shaun Shivers can be absolutely deadly. And we just don't know at the moment. We saw a little bit of sprinkle in spring football as to what DJ Williams can bring. I think DJ Williams kind of has that, prototype of Michael Dyer from back in 2010. I think Auburn is in very good shape as far as the running back position goes. And I think that can translate very well, especially with a victory over Oregon, shoring things up against Tulane and Kent State, and getting into conference play. By that time, Auburn should really have a nice feel for where they want to go as far as rhythm goes. I think if you look back in the 2013 season, I think Auburn found that in, that game against LSU, even though Auburn lost that game. But the second half of the LSU game, you really started to see Trey Mason come along. You really started to see Nick Marshall come along, and that thing solidified in the game against Texas A&M for Auburn. Then you think about 2017, the Texas A&M game for Auburn. Even though Auburn lost, the game against LSU, which, just an inexplicable loss. Auburn shouldn't have lost that game. But the game against Texas A&M kind of was a resurgence for Auburn in solidifying what type of identity they would have down the stretch. So we're going to look at this. I think Boobie Whitlow is your guy to start the season off with. I think he's going to finish, barring any type of injuries. I think he's going to be the next 1,000-yard rusher. I think you're going to get a lot of rushing production out of your quarterback, Joey Gatewood, who I believe is the presumed starter at quarterback for this season. And, of course, you're going to get a massive amount of production by committee from Shaun Shivers, Cam Martin, and DJ Williams. So I think Auburn's in great shape running back-wise. You just have to see, because Gus Malzahn likes to see who has the hot hand. And in 2013, Trey Mason had the very hot hand. In 2016, Cameron Petway had the very hot hand. In 2017, Kerryon Johnson with the very hot hand. So we're just going to see how the rhythm goes for Gus, because Gus Malzahn's play calling is very predicated on a rhythmic type system. So we're just going to have to see how this plays out. Once again, it's K-Stu the GOAT for Vernon Speaks Sports. Go ahead and like this video. Subscribe to my channel, Vernon Speaks Sports Auburn. Get active in the comment section. Until the next video, guys, War Eagle.